Hey guys, Susanna here. Well, we are back at down the garden path for the next prompt. It's looking pretty big, so just done a few little bits and pieces here and there. I am putting my greenhouse up here, and I'll just show you. I found a little like in one of the pieces, like I want to make a washing line, so I'm going to put something here and then create that into the washing line. So I'll roll that up. Oh, it's getting pretty big, but that's what I'm going to do today. But hang on a minute, I'll show you. Still haven't finished, but I added in these pots, and so that's my tomatoes, beans, and I'm going to do some sunflowers here, and I've just pinned a little wheelbarrow, so that looks rather cute. And I've done a little bit more of this. Still got to go around here, so it's a fair bit of work. But I love my veggie garden. I initially had this cat on here, but I didn't end up liking it, so I've got this little pack of you know, these small little yo-yos that I got from Melanie, from the purveyor of Reclaimed Textiles. So they were really small. So I'm just pinned them there because I thought it was cute, but it just looked a little big, because I've got this little girl here. I might zoom it in. Oop. This little girl here, which is these guys' daughter. And this is all bits and pieces. This is going to be the gardener's, you know, like the house, the gardener gatekeeper's house, or the gardener's little cottage. So I'll explain how I've done this, and this is from a piece that I got here. I'll just cut that out of the corner, and it's sort of like this French style, and this was this, and it reminded me a bit of quite an ornate greenhouse. I thought, oh, that's really nice, and the pink really matched really well, so I cut out that, and yeah, look at this gorgeous staircase, and it's really quite pretty. So I'm like, yeah, look, isn't that gorgeous? So if you have a nice formal garden, got a little gazebo little thing there, you know, this might find its way in the bottom, but I cut it from the corner here, so that's where I got that piece from. Yeah, I got little bits and pieces. This piece here was from a doily, so, and then I got the house from this beautiful fabric from Forage from Lisa, and that's where I found the little girl with the cat. I thought it was really cute because there was an empty spot there and it needed something. The stuff from Lisa Maddox stuff is really good. This here this is an old doily, and it had quite a few holes and bits and pieces in there. It's got, you probably can't see it too much, but it's got this little lattice work there, and I thought, I'm just going to put it up there, even though they're more sort of like flowers that belong down. It's not 100% accurate, and I got to finally put this piece down. It just sort of reminds me of a fence. I will continue my pathway down. I'll put it here, and I'm going to cut that white bit off on the edge there and come in with this colour, or yeah, probably that one might be better to put that down. I originally had, I've got the little, is it this, the wheelbarrow, which is down in my garden. When I was thinking that I would probably have a potting shed or something like that as a prompt, and I got this beautiful fabric, which is you know, lady in a potting shed, and all this sort of stuff with pots, and that would have been good in the garden as well. But that just seemed to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of create a door and, like, you know, embroider that down. So for today, I'm just going to be doing a bit of pinning. So this is from that fabric there. A bit of pinning and stitching and holding it down. So well, I think that's as far as I really want to zoom in, because yeah, you may not see it. Okay, so yeah, at first I'm like, oh, greenhouse or a shed, how am I going to do that? I've got a little piece of, was it in my little bag of all these, you know, bits and pieces that I, you know, had these in, this sort of stuff in. I was thinking maybe they can go in the greenhouse. There was a little bit of corrugated iron, like corrugated stuff, which I might put here and have a little garden shed just sitting there. So yeah, still got to finish bits and pieces here and there. So fold that over, bring it down a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll probably proceed to unpin some of this. So that's going to go up there. Just needed something there. Have the little girl off. I'll probably leave that pinned on there because I do want it, unless I can bring it down. Unpin this. I've taken a photo so I know where it needs to be placed, and I might just hold that down. I think I'm gonna pull. This had a bit of a bite out of it, but I thought by the time I got that down it'll be fine. I might pull this down a tad because it doesn't quite reach underneath. So I'll pull that down. I'm going over the edge there, and this I'm going to cut close onto the edge. I don't really like that. In the other stuff the white showing is fine, but it's just too white for me, this bit. So if I use a brownie colour to stitch this down, how cute is that little gardener's or gatekeeper's cottage? Okay, I'll go in. I'll keep that green. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is get myself a little bit of that down. I would do the fabric glue, but this is going to hold it down a bit better. Just in place while I stitch. Have it going over and have it, I want it on the edge over a little bit. There we go. So that's going there. Hold that just enough to hold it down, so it ain't going to move anywhere. So this is how you guys can create something that looks amazing, and you're just sticking stuff down, utilizing the bits and pieces that you have. I'm going to, there we go. I don't want to cover too much of that up. Okay. Now, just a bit of that there and here. So at least that part is being held down. go there, and then the rest I'll pin it. Actually, I'll do it with a smaller pin, don't want it too big and bulky. Okay. Yep. So this will be pinned down first. Yeah, I quite like it. I just thought this was a piece that just looked really good and worked, and so I thought I'm going to put that on there. It sort of looks a bit like a fence, but it just fit in there well. So this was the other side that I'm like, well, I'm just going to wait until the perfect prompt comes along, and how good is this? It just looks really good. I'm really happy with it, so I don't mind that this has got a bit of white and all that kind of stuff around it. So I might go this way, put those other pieces around, and I'll just sit in the up chair while I'm going to be doing some stitching. I might bring it a little closer to me, and then I'm going to come in with my my pen and do a bit of drawing, like actually do a door. Actually, I might, while I'm here, do it with a friction pen. See, this looks like this is the edge there, and then here's the edge here, and this is like a pillar, so we're just going to do, that's going to be covered. So this actually sort of looks a little bit like a door, which is what I'm wanting. And then we could probably have some, you know, it's made of glass, but we can still have the windows. Looks like something here. Oh no, that's a big corner. I'm gonna sort of like maybe, I might have a look on Pinterest and maybe do some like more scrolls. I'll probably zoom it in a tad so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, got the windows happening there, and I'm going to continue because this is sort of like the top part. It's like a dome. I think that's pretty cool. So I might embroider, like, you know, some of the outlines, like really cool shape. Doesn't seem to be wanting to work very well. I'll go like this. Sort of like a bit of a lattice. Latticing. It's definitely more of the edging. This is a permanent marker, so you know I'm okay with that. I won't do the door, and then coming across there. There we go. It's quite nice. It's got these little round bits here. So think it probably needs to go over a little bit. These aren't done permanently, so I'll go over. And I'm actually thinking it needs sort of like a, more of an ornate glassy thing above the door. And probably even have another little window here. See, here we go. And because it's a glass, maybe some round windows. I don't know. We'll see. So that's cute. I like that. And then this is going to be covered with this. I wanted to get rid of that part. That'll go over there like that. It's going to go over there, get it a bit of a height. And this will go here. I'm not sure whether you can still see this in camera. And then that's going to go there. Cute! So this first part is going to be just sewing it down at this point. Now, what's a better match, that or that? Probably that one. And then I'm going to get a nice thin needle. That was a really thin one. A bit too thin. Here we go. It's a thin, a thinner, smaller one. Don't like them too big when you're doing this particular part. Okay, this is an old thread, so I'm just going to, I might put it sideways. Zoomed in here, we're zoomed in, you got it there we go. I think I might start, it's got a bit of greenery here and it has a bit of a chunk, but that I'm going to embroider that down, so I might have to do it that way just so I can get closer. Okay, sorry, my thing's sideways, but that's how it goes. Okay, we'll come up here. I'm just going to do a little stab stitch. Like with the girls, the first one is basically, you know, stitching it down and working on your, you know, what you want to do, where you want to put things. I'm glad that I waited and put something here that is going to work. So I've got a glass house. And which I think it sort of matches because you know, it's down the garden path and it's quite an ornate garden, you know, and the house that you can see, this is only the front. It's quite a big house, so it's like a prominent estate which would have a beautiful big glass house and an amazing, you know, garden. So I've got a really nice piece if we do a formal garden, and if it isn't a prompt, I'm probably going to do it anyway, because it just works with what I'm doing. You got to remember there are only prompts, so you can do what you like, really. Okay. Might have to go up here. I'm still, yeah, I don't want to be not in camera and annoy everyone. Okay, now I thought on this it needs to be close to the edge because I don't want the white showing. think I probably need to go a little closer. Yeah, I thought, well, I've got so many other nice little cottagey pieces, and these elaborate estates have living servants and gardeners and all that kind of stuff. And how cute is this little cottage from the awesome fabrics that Lisa Maddock has got on Forage. They're just such beautiful fabrics. They have worked really well with this volume 3 down the garden path. It's just worked in really, really well. I'm really enjoying creating this. I've got a lot of my own stuff that I'm doing, but I'm enjoying doing this as well. It's quite fun, and seeing everyone else's work. We had some pretty awesome veggie gardens. They were really good. So, okay, better get in there underneath. Turn it around. Better go back because it just doesn't seem to be grabbing it. Fraying its head. Oh. Okay. That's why you got to come in a little bit so that it does catch, and if it does fray, at least it's still catching a bit. I just seem to have the perfect pieces for this. You know, it's perfect in this little house, and in the last one, you know, that patchwork fabric was great. I'm like, wow, it just works in perfectly. And I really enjoyed that in the last one. I was able to put in some people. It needed some people. Okay. And I'm like, do I stitch that down, or do I stitch this down? Well, I could probably save myself a bit of trouble and start stitching this down. That way you're sort of stitching two things at once. Because I've got to come back and stitch this down anyway. Move that out of the way. So I might as well stitch it down. See, that looks really cute. It looks like a fence in the garden, their little garden. It's another little house near the garden path. That can go to work every day. Oh. Might continue on here, and that will hold the greenhouse down too. Okay. Oop. Probably more of a glass house than a greenhouse. going a bit quiet, sorry guys. And I'll work on this, adding a bit of colour. Goes really well with this too, like as in the fabric. That the colours in this is the green and that, which works in even along here, which is good. So up. Seriously. Okay. Now I can probably turn it around the other way and continue to stitch this down. So none too exciting for you to watch me stitch that down. So I might, you know, pause it for a bit because it's already 20 something minutes, and come back when I'm done a little bit more sewing. Yeah, it's gonna be cute. Well, I think actually, to be honest, it's probably enough. You get the drift. That's going to be there. Really quite like it. That'll be, oop, no, this way. So this is a really good way. See, I want to hide that because that's sort of like a foreground thing. So I'm hiding it with bits and pieces. And so that saves me doing a bit of embroidery on that. Getting extra little bit of lace. Put, just to add that there. And that slots in really well. So I'm quite happy with my composition of how everything is going to go down. I like it. Okay guys, well thank you very much. Rather than, I don't think I'm going to be busy just stitching it down, and you know, like on the next video, I'll come back and, you know, do this bit more stitching with you. So it's going to just be embellishing it. How cute is that? Yeah, see, that looks a lot better without the white around it. Okay, well, I'll catch you in the next video, which will be Tuesday. I think it's the third and final part of my cross stitch. I'm seeing some nice pieces out there. They're looking really good. I'm also behind the scenes, I'm going to continue this and have it going down to just in here, I think, so that it's connected, or even just maybe there and go through the back door. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Bye.